So web and social media, how many people in the room are taking advantage of the web, social media for your company? Okay, great, great. So that's over 50% of the room, which is huge. Obviously, web, like so many of the other things we talked about, allows us to immerse ourselves in a community of like-minded people. So if you can find out for your target market, what groups are they in on LinkedIn? Are there any, the great thing with Facebook advertising, for example, is you can say, if I'm Jane here selling real estate, I can say I only want people who are in this particular geographic area, and I can have my ads only run there. And social media can also be leveraged in a similar way to public relations. In fact, at RMR, we have social media under public relations, and we also utilize something called what we call an amplify strategy. And to show you how that works, I'm using the story of DISYS. So DISYS is in Northern Virginia. They're an IT staffing company. It can sound kind of boring. So they place people at lots of different places. The first thing we did was to do what we talked about, figure out their USP, brand them, and then redo their website. So one thing you want to make sure is that your website reflects your brand and your USP. I looked at my own website the other day, and I did this website probably not even 5 years ago. We redid it. But I looked at it just this week from a fresh view, and I'm like, you know what? I have to redo it again. Maybe not the whole thing, but at least the front page, because I don't think it reflects the current brand and what we're doing. So that's very important. Again, using PR, we positioned Mahfouz Ahmed and the company as a winning, fast-growing, great company. But then we took all of this and we amplified it through social media. Now we're pushing this out through Twitter, through Facebook, through LinkedIn. And one of the reasons I like what we'll call a social media amplification program is because social media can become a time suck, like a big time suck. None of us have enough hours in the day as it is. So we want to make sure that you are doing social media in such a way where it takes the least amount of time to get the highest return. And so what we have found is taking everything we do in PR and then pushing it out through our clients' social media channels, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whichever ones are most important, which is where their target audience is. So in other words, Facebook may not be the best place if you're more of a B2B player. How many people in the room would call themselves business to business versus business to consumer? Okay, so maybe a third. So for you, LinkedIn groups may be much more important in using LinkedIn, for example, than Facebook or Instagram. And for your younger, millennials, Instagram is probably the most popular. So again, this is how we've rolled them out, and we have been recognized for these campaigns for DISYS. They like awards, so we like awards.